She was just a girl walking home from school, until a coward in uniform shoved her into the dirt. And in that moment, everything changed because a single dad soldier, walking by with his son, stepped in. Before we dive deep into this story that will stir your heart, if you're someone who believes in courage, love, and standing up for what's right, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. The ending will leave you breathless, and it might just restore your faith in humanity. It was a cloudy afternoon when Staff Sergeant Daniel Cole, recently discharged from active duty, picked up his 9-year-old son, Liam, from elementary school. Daniel was a quiet man, the kind who carried pain behind a steady smile. He'd lost his wife 3 years ago in a tragic accident, and ever since, Liam had been his whole world. Father and son were walking home, sharing jokes and stories, when they heard the unmistakable sound of yelling coming from behind the school gym. Curious and cautious, Daniel told Liam to stay by the sidewalk. What he saw next made his blood boil. A group of boys, older, stronger, had cornered a girl by the chain-link fence. One boy, clearly the ringleader, shoved her hard. Her books scattered. Her knees scraped. But what hurt more was the cruel laughter ringing in the air. The girl didn't cry. She stood up. Quiet, defiant. But the bully wasn't done. Daniel didn't hesitate. 20 years of military discipline kicked in as he strode across the field like thunder. "Hey!" His voice cut the air like a blade. The boys froze. One look at Daniel, square-jawed, broad-shouldered, with eyes that had seen war, and they knew they were in trouble. The bully mumbled something about just playing, but Daniel wasn't fooled. "You think you're a tough man pushing a girl," he said, stepping between the trembling girl and the group. "Try picking on someone who can fight back." The bully scattered like leaves in a storm. Silence followed. The girl, maybe 13, stared up at him with wide eyes. Her lip trembled, but she stayed silent. Daniel knelt. "Are you all right?" She nodded slowly. "I'm okay." "What's your name?" "Elena," she whispered. "Where are your parents?" She hesitated. "My dad's away." Daniel helped her gather her books, and without thinking, he offered to walk her home. Liam joined them as they made their way through the quiet streets. Elena was quiet, reserved, clearly used to hiding pain. But something about her manner, her posture, reminded Daniel of the young cadets he once trained, quiet strength forged in silence. When they reached her home, Daniel was stunned. It wasn't just a house, it was a heavily guarded military estate. 2 officers approached immediately. Before Daniel could speak, the front door burst open, and out walked General Marcus Langley himself. One of the most decorated men in the country, known for being ruthless on the battlefield and cold off it. He stopped in his tracks when he saw Elena. "Sweetheart," he ran to her. "Are you all right?" She nodded and pointed at Daniel. "He helped me." The general's eyes flicked to Daniel. Recognition sparked. Staff Sergeant Cole. Daniel stood at attention by instinct. "Sir." The general's face softened, just a little. "You saved my daughter." Elena stepped closer to Daniel. "Dad, the boys, they've been bullying me since I started school. I didn't want to tell you. I thought you'd be disappointed." General Langley's face fell. He was a man who led thousands, but he didn't know his daughter was suffering right under his nose. "I'm not disappointed," he said hoarsely. "I'm ashamed that I didn't see it." He turned to Daniel. "Thank you. You didn't just protect her, you exposed something I needed to see." In the days that followed, Daniel received a letter from the school inviting him to speak at an anti-bullying assembly. Elena requested it personally. Daniel stood on stage in front of hundreds of students, his voice steady as he spoke about courage, not the kind on the battlefield, but the kind it takes to stand up for someone who can't. Liam sat in the front row. Elena was beside him. The story made its way through the community. Daniel, the single dad who just wanted a peaceful life for his son, became a quiet hero. But he didn't want medals or praise. He wanted change. And change happened. The school implemented new programs. The bullies faced consequences. Elena found her voice, not just as a general's daughter, but as a girl who survived pain and rose stronger. Liam and Elena became close friends, often walking home together now, both carrying the lessons of that day. And for Daniel, something unexpected happened. The general invited him over often. For dinners. For advice. For friendship. Eventually, one evening, as the sun dipped low behind the Langley estate, the general placed a hand on Daniel's shoulder. "I was wrong about men like you," he said quietly. "It's not the rank that makes a soldier. It's the heart." Daniel smiled. "It's not about me. It's about making sure no kid ever feels alone."